So what's the point of that flag? It's not a decoration. What's the point of the flag? Is the flag the point of the flag for us to get benefits as a nation, or is it a decoration? Is it for us to teach the point of unification so as to have our own government structure, or is it a game? Do we need benefits from somebody else, or do we need benefits from ourselves? We just got finished talking about how after Jim Crow left, everything was right. We got together and started building our own schools. We had our own hotels, our own hospitals. Where they at now? Somebody got comfortable.
Got integrated.
Right. At that time, we knew for sure we wasn't no Americans. We knew for sure that flag ain't had nothing to do with us.
We knew we were African.
Tell the truth.
You see me? When was our greatest benefit educationally?
When we were African.
Back then.
We were AA.
What about financially? I heard several people talk today about finances. Right? So now if we talk about institutions and coming together financially and having economic growth, let's just say $500 billion came to African people. Economic growth and development. What you gonna do? Who gonna control it? Talk about it. I don't trust the structures in Buffalo that's run by black folks. Do you?
No.
Look around. We talking about it's nothing left in the city because everything getting gentrified. You see me? How is it? Where is Black Buffalo? Point to it. What was the thing that was built that didn't have somebody else's influence on it? Jim Bell Cleaners is where now? Now look, we can continue to play or we can be serious. Which one? Let's be serious. So, what I would like to do is just make sure y'all really know what the flag is about, first of all. The red is for the blood of African people, of the diaspora, whether you was born in North Carolina, South Carolina, what'd you say, Alabama, Jamaica, Mississippi, St. Anne's Parish, Montego Bay, Puerto Rico.
The UK.
Brazil.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Because we worldwide. I remember when Baba A was up here, he made sure y'all knew that anybody that was not from the continent had to have left the continent at some point. Yes? So we know what the origins is, so now we're away from the origin. And from our spiritual people, y'all believe that a God, a Father, a Creator, put us in a place. A mother created a situation on the planet, correct? By some force, that plan was changed. Don't it behoove us then, spiritual people, then to go back to that original creator's plan? This ain't it. Being comfortable here ain't it. Figuring out a way to fit inside the system ain't it. Trying to see if we can get them to pat us on our head instead of kicking us ain't it. Ain't nothing that you're going to be able to vote for that's going to alleviate the pain that you feel.
Come on, Blyden.
It's nothing you're going to be able to ask them for that's going to make these prisoners in there feel better.
Come on, Blyden.
The initial stuff that I remember from prison reform happened after the Attica jump off. Right? And we still having the same conversation. She asked y'all, do y'all still go visit her? I ain't hear too many yes. Hello? You feel me? What's the plan? If we can't come together, listen, if we can't come together under one thing, there's the people that's oppressing us, they know that. They see our separate groups pretending to be together and not really being together. They know that. They play on that. They play on that. That's why they can coerce. That's why this movement overflowed. That's why they can coerce some of us to go have an event on the other side of town when this event is here is happening. Hello? So we can put politics. We can play politics. You busy trying to police a party instead of pleasing the people. But that's our fault. Because we have not set up an organization. Where's the accountability? You mad? Okay. Why do they care that you mad? You ain't about to change it. You and your little family ain't gonna change nothing. You and your 7 children, you and your 12 aunts and uncles, you ain't changing nothing. The reason that the Arab Association gets pulled in the city is because it's an association. You jerk them over, they coming to see somebody. Chinese Association, same thing. When black folks get jerked around the city, what we do? We can't wait to go down there and go sing something. and then we want respect. Why would I respect you when you gonna do the same thing every single time if I kick you in your mouth?
Man.
You gonna turn around and give me $5 more because I own that store where they sell the markers and poster board. Okay? It is 2019. We talked about 400 years of oppression. I remember the Nation of Islam discussing 1555, correct? You see what I'm saying? So it's over 400 years before they brought us here. That 400 joint is what they document.
Speak true.
You see me? We've been past 400 years here.
My.
Okay?
Come on now.
Then we talking about speaking truth. What do you say? I gotta speak truth.
Speak true.
It's game time is over, man. We gonna do this or you might as well give up. Everything that you was planning, you might as well not do it. You heard me? If we don't have somebody said something about unions. If we don't have constituency behind the people that's out there popping nonsense, it's just nonsense. If they talking about they want change and they demanded change, but there's nobody behind them, it's a worthless discussion.
Come
and you
on.
wasting time.
Our own people.
Come on.
And I promise you, I can't go back out here screaming at them folks no more. And I'm turning around, ain't nobody standing behind me no more. They don't have me go up there and get killed because y'all playing? No. Because y'all want to have y'all separate group? Because y'all want to be known for the one that was here before I came out the president division? Huh? Because you got the best singing voice? Huh? No. Come together despite all of that.
Thank
No fronting.
Collaborate.
Okay?
That's what we do.
It's no front. It's about coming together. Bring your body to the place. Otherwise, you're not serious.
Man, you better
And
say that.
everybody know how I feel about that.
Speaking true. Hey.
So until we have a constituency that supports the things that we're trying to do, the things that we're doing is just for show.
Speak,
Because
Blyden.
if they decide to flip a switch, they can stop it and the children will now learn nothing. The reason that they don't come rock with us is because they see that we're not serious about being together. They hear y'all talking in the back rooms. When y'all get home, they hear you. Like somebody said that they don't talk to you directly, they might talk to somebody else. Yeah, fam. Children love me. They tell me everything. Y'all children can't understand why we not linking up and being bigger and better in the city. Can't understand why we ain't got no progress. People asking me like, yo, son, what's up with the one thing? I don't know. I couldn't tell you because they didn't share that with me. Why not? How come we didn't have the network set up? Where is the dispatch central? Huh? Where is the phone number that we call? Remember the police officer was here? He told me call her on her car. Where is the central location that's the dispatch for that? Do you think that the Chinese folk on the street right now get pulled over, they calling just their cousin? No, they got a button for that. Yo, fam, listen. Y'all might think I say stuff like this all the time. People look at me and smile. Y'all think I'm playing. Go ask one of your Chinese friends. Go talk to some Jewish people. I'm dead serious. Go down to Hurdle. Go down there and talk to some of them Italians and learn about the Italian Association and how you can't come down there and do certain things without talking to them. If you come down there sideways, you will come up missing. Go ask them. Please, man, listen. We have to make a decision that the state of our black family is more important than everything.
Say it again.
Feelings is worthless. The state of the black family, 7 generations beyond this, is the only thing that matters.
Ashe.
You are worthless. It don't mean nothing if this one ain't right.
Ashe.
If that's not your feeling, if that's not your intention, then you don't really care about the state of the black family, and you shouldn't have been here.
Can you get past Papa?
Okay.
So now, to end our program, we will have.
Well done. Well said, my brother.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
it was.
We would like to conclude with the queen, the OG, and my sister.
Thank you, Ashe.
Well, I like being last. I had to come out of some of that stuff I had on the rap off the gut off. I didn't get loose to ate a lot, felt good.
Okay.
So, yes, everything I've heard today has been on point and on fire. One of the things that I think that we have to remember as a people is that we have to tell, somebody said in here, I don't know who said, I think it was Baba Akil, we got to tell our children the truth. We got to tell our children the truth. We cannot continue to tell our children lies, feed our children stories, give our children fantasies. Our children don't need that. Our children don't need that. The state of our black family is based on this fantasy world that we put in our children into. We sit them in front of a TV set, let and give them conversation. Look them in the eyes when you're talking to them. How many times do you look at your children when you talk to them? Or do you look at a ceiling? Or do you look at a door? Or do you look at something that's off to the side? They want to see your soul when you're speaking to them.
Right.
Our children can't strengthen themselves because they can't get the strength from you because you're not looking them in the eyes when you're talking to them. We got to transfer that spirit from our ancestors to the babies. I ran an election not too long ago since we talked about politics, and I couldn't talk none of that while it was going on because of the Hatch Act and because I work here. But I'm not running no more. You know, I'm not running no more. And I want to first of all say to everybody that supported me, from the most innermost part of my being, thank you. Thank you, because of you I was able to run. And because of her and them over there, I'm going to run again. Just because I did not win this time. Just because it wasn't the Creator's plan this time. I'm supposed to learn some things in this process. Last 3 years ago I ran, I didn't make the ballot. And when they said, oh, you didn't get enough signatures, you might as well go home. I said, nope, I'm going to continue to run anyway. That's right. And I ran a write-in campaign. I make sure people know I'm not here just for the show. I'm not here just to have something to say. I'm here because I live in red, black, and green every day. I'm here because I cut the weave out my hair. I'm here because I choose not to adorn myself with European standards. I wear my people's clothes. I wear what I can. Every chance you get, I got something from the motherland on me. Representational that my daughter has seen. If you look at the flyer that they made of me when I was running, it was a really beautiful picture. Pharaoh Page did it. I have to say his name only because he did do it. It was a picture of me, and I was speaking in front of City Hall. My mouth was open and words was coming out. And guess who was right here? That one right there. And her face was in my mouth. She was looking up at me, looking like she could see the literal letters coming out my mouth as they were being spoken. Our children have to be able to see it and hear it and feel it and wear it. She fights for herself, and it's a hard fight. It's hard. We talk about being a single mother. I'm looking at a single mother right there that I would lay down my life for, that woman right there. If I could pull it out and lay it down and give it to her, she would have it, because that's my sister. We got to get back to the truth of who we are as a people. God only knows. If I had known better then, I wouldn't be sterile right now. What do I mean by it? We allow society to tell us what's good for our bodies. We are melanin. We are God. We are everything that this world needs. Never ever cut yourself off from that source. As long as you can get pregnant, mothers, get pregnant. If you got a husband. You know, but what I'm saying to you is, I'm talking about bringing babies into the world to not being able to be supported, but we need our children as our strength. The Bible, and I bring the Bible because that's what I study. Personally, right now, I'm studying Eva, but I have studied the Bible, and the Bible says that a happy man has a quiver full of children. He got 14 children, and in his 14 children, I don't know how many grandchildren he got, but he also got great-grandchildren. He got 7 generations. We talked about that 3 times or 4 times since we've been here. Them 7 generations from yourself to your great-grandchild, and from your great-grandchild up to you, from you to your great-grandparent. That's 7 generations. A strong thread that's going through, weave through all those things. I lost some things coming up in my lifetime. But believe you me, through my ancestors, I reached back and got them. If I didn't, I wouldn't be standing here talking like this today. I ran an election, yes I did. I did not win. That's the truth. I was a close race, that's for sure. And I'm going to run again. In 3 years, the Lord spared my life and nothing don't happen. All I want to say, just to bring it all in, because it's 5:20, we've had a good time, is that we have to start by making sure our children know the truth. We can't tell them stories about Santa Claus. Ain't no Santa Claus. We can't tell them stories about the Easter Bunny. Ain't no Easter Bunny. That stuff in the garbage. That's not from our stories. That's not from us. That didn't come from the motherland. You got to tell them stories about Shango. You got to tell them stories about those stories that we know. You got to tell them stories about your sisters and your brothers and your aunties and your uncles and your grandmas and your grandpas. You got to tell them those stories so they can have something to catch children in the time of need. We talk about somebody pray for me. You pray. You pray for your baby. There's many times my kids woke up and say, Mom, I woke up breezy this morning. You was praying over me last night. Yes, I was. And I breathed you down with that olive oil. Yes, I did. I do it a different way now because I study Ifa, but at the same time, it's done. You smell the incense. You see the ancestor altar back there. I don't know if everybody checked it out when you came in. It used to be here. But my spirit was working. It said, you need to give us space all over there. So it's lengthened. And eventually it's probably going to go the whole length. I don't know how long we're going to be here. But we made room for the ancestors. You got to make room for your ancestors in the lives of your children. They need to know who great auntie was. They need to know her story. They need to hear her words. They need to be able to envision her laughter. They need to be able to smell that food cooking that somebody else cooked because I cooked it just like my auntie used to cook it. If we don't do that, because they are our future, every last one of them over there is going to be in a position of power at some point in time. And if they don't feel that power within themselves, they're going to fall. They're going to fall. And they're not going to get up. They're going to wilt. Just like when you don't water your plants and when you overwater your plants. It's not going to be balanced. We got to give our children a balanced state.
She just whispered in my ear. You know she's right. There's no Santa Claus. There's no bunny rabbit. You see she's right under me? We need to keep them close to us so they can hear and receive. I want to thank you.
My grandson just came over here and asked me, Grandma, do you have any Chinese friends? He heard y'all talking about the Chinese.
That's a good question, though,
It is important.
I'm talking about the word. I have associates. Speak to them.
There was a time when, if you wanted to learn something about the Chinese, you go to the Chinese, you get the information. You learn directly from. Hands-on learning is the best thing. I'm an auditory learner. I have a hard time sitting through a reading and reading it from beginning to end. But if you talking to me and if you telling me stories and if I'm seeing your face, it becomes a part of me.
Yeah.
It becomes a part of me. I'm gonna make it quick because we only got a few more minutes. I have 7 grandchildren. 7. And 4 of them are coming from Silver Spring, Maryland this summer. So y'all gonna see me with a trail of kids behind me everywhere I go. Almost all the time. And one of the things that I've said to my grandchildren and that I continue to say, I asked them I did it for the first time with KJ, Christopher. When Christopher was born, the moment he came out and I was able to put him in my hands, and I looked at him and I said, you got to remember your instructions, KJ. You got to talk to God every day, meaning that I believe that children are perfect when they come. When they come, they're perfect human beings. They know everything. They have access to everything. They have a one-on-one direct with the Creator themselves. There's a constant conversation going on. That's what I believe. That's just Patricia, but that's what I believe.
That's the truth.
And in my belief, I tell that to my grandchildren. I ask them, have you been talking to God today? Do you remember your instructions? Now KJ's 3. KJ, have you been talking to God today? Yes. Yes. Do you remember your instructions? Yes. Yes. Same thing with Kaylee. She can barely talk, but she knows how to say, yes, she has been talking to God today. And yes, she does remember her instructions. And I'm doing that again with Carter. And I do it with my older grandchildren who are 12, 11, 10, and 7 now. From Jaden, Jalen, Sunday, and Dominic. They also hear me saying that to them. The thing of it is that you have to give children something to stay connected to. Because if you give them too much opportunity to wander to the left or to the right, they get too far and they can't hear your voice. They can't smell your scent. When a baby is little and they root and they're pecking for you because they smell you and they want that closeness to you. Carrielle and I are so close, God forbid, if she and I were ever to have had children at the same time and we were sisters like we are now, if I got ill in my body, I know I could give her my baby to feed until I was well again. We got to get back to that as a community. We got to get back to that as a family. We got to get back to that as friends. That one community, that one voice, that oneness between us. That's all I want to say. If we can just get to that and come back home to each other and learn how to love amongst our differences, through our differences, despite our different lives, We have to have one community, one voice, one commitment to each other as a family. That's how I know we're going to be successful as people.
You know,
Peace and
I want to ask one question. Okay, right now, look, we got all these, I'm not picking on nobody, but we got all these organizations, right? And everybody wants to be the chief. So how do we get people on the same mind to come together, on the same mindset? Like you, Brother Sam, Brother Jomo, not indebted to nobody, just free to speak. We need to stop restricting and start teaching.
I got a small answer. I think that's the beginning of the answer. One of the things that I know that I do is I self-observe. I watch me. What does that mean in English? That means that I know for sure, in Patricia, there are things that automatically happen. You know how you push a button and something happens? There are things in me that happen because of yokes of conditioning over me. Conditioning that has happened all my life, where people's wills was impressed upon me and something else inside me had to grow to defend or save my spirit from being broken. Sometimes you have things that happen in your lifetime that cause a reaction. And a lot of us are living out a reactionary life. We got to learn to get out of the reactionary and be present. You know that song, and Sam said, I'm trying not to sound like Sam, so forgive me, because I've been around him so long, it's like a lot of stuff I say sounds just like him. But he says this one thing that says, there's a song that says, if your body's here with me, but your mind is on the other side of town. So what I'm saying is that sometimes you can come across a person or be around somebody and they remind you of something that didn't feel right, and so instantly your psychology just changed to that. But if you can find a way to learn to be present in every situation, feeling your feet on the floor, feeling the skin, smelling something. I smell somebody's beautiful fragrance in this room, something to bring me in this conversation, to stay in this moment and not digress back to something that has happened, not have PTSD, post-traumatic stress, or situations. That's how, from my understanding, the way we're able to work together and not have all that, what did you say? Where we on one accord. Yes. See, we push out all the other stuff. And so that alignment is able to happen. You're able to blaze the path, to be able to walk on. I don't know if I'm making any kind of sense, but what I'm trying to say is that you have to begin the process of self-observing. You have to begin to be like that physician, heal thyself. This is when, somebody touched me inappropriately, and this is the response to that. Let me pull this part out, and it hurts like hell when I do it, but I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to find a way to give it to God and get rid of it. Because it was never mine. Somebody pushed that on me. So when you learn to begin to know the things that are yours, and know the things that came from somewhere else, that's when you're able to now walk in a way that allows you to freely pass through fire without being burned, without having the smell of smoke on you, without being in competition or conflict with your brothers and sisters. It's so many people. I love Taniqua Simmons to death. I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to say it out loud because I've never said it before. But she believed in what she stand for. And she say what she mean. And she don't give a good doggone about what somebody else think about. A lot of stuff she say is hurtful, truthfully. But I have to respect the fact that that's her position. And this is stuff based in her life that she dealing with, that she trying to work through. And while she working through it, I'm not going to judge her. I'm not going to beat her down. I'm not going to say she wrong because she right. All of our experiences and all of our own, we are right in our own experience because this is our experience. And you can't take that from that person. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to love her through it. I'm going to love her through the process. A lot of times me and this brother, we done bunk heads and everything. But at the same time, I love him and I respect him with everything in me. Because I know I'm not always right because I got my stuff with me too. Our own minds. That's what we got to do. We got to stop allowing other people's mess smeared on us to stink. You understand? When you find something that stinks, that stink. You want to get it away. You want to throw it off.
So if it's something stinky and it sounds good, you can smell it, and it sounds good, you gonna still let it in?
If it's stinking,
There's a lot of
It's a lot of metaphors. But it sounds good. And if it's stinking, but it sounds good, something ain't right. You got to figure that out. But you can't take that on you. You got to be able to look at it. You got to be able to peer through it and see it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to
Know the difference between
know
the phony and the...
know the difference
Know
between,
what's
and
serious.
know inside you. Know inside you. You got to have that relationship inside you. And as long as you draw nigh unto your Creator, whatever it is of your understanding, then the light will be opened up in you. You know, that understanding will come. I don't care whether we Muslim or whether we're Jewish or whether we Christian or whether we Hebrew Israelite or whether we Ifa or whatever we is. Whatever that spiritual center is in us, because it's all relevant, it unlocks something in us. I came through Christianity, and I was a Holy Ghost rolling, shouting, and speaking fire and spitting tongues and all that at one time. I don't do it anymore, but the feelings are still there. And I know the attachment to that feeling when it comes. When I get that feeling, I go, that's that. I remember that feeling.
Have you ever heard the song say, they said, until I read, I was in the dark. Listen, help me, Lord. I'm 70 years old, right? Just a few days behind you. God is good.
What's the name of that song?
I think it's like rest.
Never heard it.
I was in the dark. You know that song?
Until I rest, I was in the dark.
Until I read.
Until I read, I was in the dark.
Yeah, until I read, I was in the dark. And listen, and I used to read the final call. And and I didn't understand when they said what they believe in, but they also know that the Bible has been tampered with. Once I read it, you can't tell some black folks that common sense today has been tampered with. So, I'm saying, with it, I can't change the world.
Some folks ain't got common sense, though.
Yeah, listen, I must be true, poverty pimps and pulpits. You know the difference. Why are you still teaching this mess? You're conscious.
But you know what, Mother? Sometimes I think when it comes to our religious practices, and yeah, I was a diehard to-go Christian for sure. I was the Bible thumping.
I don't consider myself
But
no
at the end of the day, what I learned, I learned. And when I began to divide it, rightly dividing that word of truth, and rightly dividing it for myself, I had to understand for me and me only. I can't understand for me. But I understood for me what I needed, and I took for me what I needed, and then I gave that to my children.
But I'm saying, when I search the scripture, that's all I do.
Okay.
I got the Muslim, I got the Quran, I got the
It's all relative.
all of them.
It's
But
all
I'm saying,
relative.
and I read them all. And everybody,
Whatever people
Things
believe
differently.
differently. Everybody
so you
thinks
gotta
differently.
respect.
But whatever you need to open your spirit up, you need it and you use it. But I'm not saying you make that the end all to be all. You got to know you divinely first. You got to know who you are and what sets you off and what are your triggers and what are the things that pull you out of your character. Because you got to always be able to walk through, how they say, and be blameless in all the things that you do if you can. So I'm gonna stop at that.
It's not a perfect
I don't
person.
have. Yes.
I just want to say, like, what Ms. Pat was asking about, like, how do we come together? Because, like, and I think that when you brought up Tanika, that was an excellent example, because Tanika would say something, and people will be all offended and will attack her, and I'll say the same thing that she said, but I'll say it in a different way, and people will be like,
Oh
yeah, and they'll understand, like, I get it.
So you got to know who you're speaking to, and the thing of it is that you got to know what. Just like I have to say it, and I'll be honest, I can't go sit in church no more like I used to, because when I hear certain things now, it just turn me, and so I have to.
I have to.
In church? You say it at church?
I'm the radio.
I just won't go. But anyway, I don't want to talk about that. All I'm saying is that in order to know, you got to know yourself. You got to know what's in you. You got to know what your triggers are. You got to know what the things are that get you going, and what the things are that get you laying. You know. I'm sorry. Go ahead. We trying to close it out.
No, I just was saying that we have to agree to disagree.
We have to agree to disagree.
So,
Love.
so we can learn something from everybody. And
We can.
The thing about it is, in any family, you got your dysfunction.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that you kick them to the curb because
No.
you're dysfunctional. You just try to help them come around.
And it's not necessarily a dysfunction. You understand?
Exactly.
You don't need to label it as a dysfunction. It's just different.
Right.
Just like our children learn different. All of our children aren't special education children just because they're different. Some of these children are genius, certified geniuses. But you look at their certified genius as some kind of malfunction because it's different than what you think. And that's the problem in our education district. I'm gonna end it off with this. We need to eliminate suspensions in our district. So suspending our children is not doing anything for our children, but learning how to institutionalize them and getting them ready for the process of going through the prison system. We need to stop the suspensions in our district. We need to figure out new ways to work.
Exactly.
To work with our children and have our children work with us so that they are learning. And it starts at home, and it starts with telling them the truth about everything. Don't lie to your children about nothing. They got to be able to trust you beyond a shadow of a doubt. At the end of the day, I know what my mom told me is the truth.
Facts.
Lightweight,
I just want to say, I want everybody to give a round of applause for Patricia's bracelet and ring. No, not for her, for her bracelet and ring. That's okay, so we'd like to say thank you to everyone who's come. And we have to now turn the microphone over to our illustrious host from Umoja Inc., Brother Bill.
Bill people.
We did good.
Thank you, brother. First of all, for the people that are still here, everybody that came through was important, but you who are still here are really the most important. And what I would expect is that you all become ambassadors of the state of the black family of the Lord. 2019, whatever it was, 2019?
It's 2019, yes.
Bad as 1919, though. You know.
And I would like to, first of all, give all credit to the Creator. And it's not like I'm so special. The thing that made this possible was the fact that at some point in my life, after being exposed to various things, good, bad, terrible, indifferent, I really made a conscious decision to try to do something about it. And this happened in the year 2000. And now I have a motto that my work speaks so loud that you can't hear a word I'm saying. And from all of the words that were spoken here, and they were serious and powerful and correct, at least 99% of them. It's what you do that matters at the end of the day. It's how well you treat yourself, it's how well you treat your immediate family, and that takes quite a bit, but even after that, you still have some left for your extended family. And when you look about situations across the world, you look at our own president who had the gall to refer to original countries, original people as shitholes. It's beyond ridiculous. And one thing about black people, we have a very high tolerance for things that aren't correct. And seem like we're easily led. Malcolm said bamboozled. But deep down our heart, after we take off as much of the garbage as we can, and then we seek assistance from other people to help us with the rest of it, because we can't get it all ourselves. Self-purification is just not going to happen. You have to be able to be open enough to recognize the truth when you hear it, and not just recognize it, but act on it. And that's the only thing. We've had a lot of varying positions and emphasis on different things, but there are some things that are just law. They're universal law. They were here when we came, and they'll be here when our children come and when their children come. And to be able to recognize them, to be able to know what works for you. And all you have to do is have a very honest, analytic mind and act on it. And if you're blessed to recognize the truth, you have to live it.
I say.
And as you live it, you have to help others.
Sure.
It's very disheartening when you run across somebody that really believes a lie. And one thing for sure, sometimes when we're embarrassed just because we've been exposed to something that is the truth and we've been believing the opposite all along. So we have to have enough courage to realize that, well, maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's not that way at all, you know. And when you look at the world situation, one of the biggest problems is, as a people, our gullibility. And when we have leaders that are really doing the right thing, they're vulnerable. And we have enemies that are so sophisticated. I mean, they're not baby enemies. The devil is no joke.
I say.
And people, they may think that the devil doesn't exist. But the devil does exist. And the one thing that has been said, the one thing that black people have in common is their common spirituality, which is more than strong enough to defeat the devil. But you have to do it. I don't know, is there a bigger term than 24/7? Because it really needs to be.
Yeah.
We might need a 25/8. I don't know. But we have to at least start to begin to think about it.
I say.
Because the things that has to be done, they're not easy, but they're not supposed to be easy. One of the most important things is to do the best you can to maintain your health. I'll be 79 August 5th.
Oh.
It's not like when I was 16. And it's different. So you have to do what you can. You have to maintain it, you know. It's been said that fatigue makes cowards of us all. So you have to do everything you can to maintain your strength, to increase it. And then when you find yourself heading toward that burnout stage, you have to just go on a sabbatical. You have to find different things, different methods to rejuvenate yourself so you can continue doing the work that you're supposed to be doing. And being able to not let the effect of Shaitan have a debilitating effect on you, because that's Satan's purpose. And whether or not he's winning or losing, that's something that we can debate for hours and hours. But what we have to realize is, what are we doing?
That's right.
And if we're on the right side with it, we have to know that we're on the right side. Our next event that's coming up, it's the State of the Black, this is the State of the Black Family, it's the Person of the Year. We have it the second Sunday in September. And this year, I've already talked to the honoree, and his name is Pastor James Giles. And he's doing excellent work as far as trying to keep people out of jail and to help the ones, as they come back into society. It's been said that the statistic is very high as far as people that are going to be released. But we have to learn how to, set up different institutions to embrace them, to help them, and to, not look down on them. We all make mistakes. And I mean, there's some people that are in prison and they've actually been framed. John Walker comes to mind, and can you imagine? Because we've all been through that. When we were younger and we got accused of something, and you didn't do it, and you know you didn't do it. It's a bad feeling, Most of it is just like small so-called petty stuff, but just to be accused of something and to know that you're innocent. And in our case, sometimes we get accused of being black. I was at an intersection one time on, I think it was Michigan and High, and it was nighttime. And I seen an officer looking at me through the darkness, and he just had the ability just to give me that hateful look. And I was just driving along and minding my own business. But this has happened a couple times. So we have to do everything we can to strengthen ourselves and to strengthen each other, and to keep on making progress. The state of our family is it's challenging, but it's worth it.
It's worth it.
And you know, you look at your offspring, and you know it's worth it. But you have to keep working. It's hard to get. So looking forward to all of the events that's coming up. Sankofa, Juneteenth, Kwanzaa. Anything that's black and positive. We have a brother sitting in the corner. He's got final calls. And I'm hoping that each one of you will be able to purchase one. I remember when I first heard Malcolm from his teachings with Mr. Elijah Muhammad, that it was a life-changing experience. Because I had never heard anybody talk like that before. But when I heard it, I knew this is something that I had been waiting to hear all my life, and I just hadn't heard it. And it was levitating. And I'm not the only one that went through that experience. You know, people all across the world went through it. But we have to actually make it work.
Yes.
We can't just say, oh yeah, that's true, that sounds good, and then go back to our own destructive, debilitating habits, which is easy to do, because a habit could be a good habit, but a bad habit is rough. So, like I said, you know, I appreciate your presence, I appreciate you listening, and looking forward to seeing somewhere in the near future something black and positive that's going to help us as a people.
I got a question. Do you know who your person of the year is yet this year?
James Giles.
I missed it. Brother James Giles?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Back to basics.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
I would like if we could find a way to get in a circle to hold hands. And we never did the libation. I feel odd not doing the libation. So we can come together, hold our hands. Somebody's gonna lead us in prayer out of here, but at the same time we're gonna pour libation
Okay.
for our ancestors.
You starting, we
That
finish.
will be helpful.